Yeah, because McNamara, I felt it was unfinished business, and I wanted us to
Right.
continue talking. So I continued to talk to him and recorded additional conversations. There were questions that I wanted to ask him. And we remained in contact. We were never in close contact, but yes, I did continue to talk to him. Stephen Hawking I continued to talk to after I finished Brief History of Time.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Lucher I've had a number of conversations with over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Randall Adams I stopped talking to because of the lawsuit following the release of the movie.
I'm not up on that. He's the gentleman, of course, whose life you saved, literally, by
Yes.
getting him out. And what happened? I've forgotten about the lawsuit.
He was concerned that I was making money from the movie, and he sued,
Oh.
and this lawsuit was dropped.
Hmm. It's funny how you get to know people in a certain way. Norman Mailer said, you only get to know your wife in court. That when people get litigious, it's odd. It becomes very mundane and disappointing, and nothing about the human spirit or condition is intriguing in court. It's very low and despairing, I suppose.
So I've maintained sort of contact. Joyce is an odd one in the sense that I've only met her twice. I met her when I interviewed her the day she came to the studio in Van Nuys, and I met her on stage after a screening in New York. That's it. Those two occasions. And we are not in close contact, nor have we ever been, really. I talked to her a whole number of times before she came in for the interview. I can't remember, was it 3, 4 times. But my contact with her has been limited.
I think I know a fair number of people, a few, that have led very curious lives.
Yes.
With very powerful obsessions at some point, manifesting in their 50s or 60s or when they were very young. But if that aspect of my life had been given this kind of dimension and lasting legendary quality as you have with her, I would be so enamored of you. I would say, no matter what people might think or whatever, I would be like calling you at least every 3 months to say, "How you doing?" It's very exceptional when someone's life has been given or been augmented, I guess, is whatever the term is. But it's really, I would be indebted. How about that?
I think she comes off well.
Yeah.
Self-serving of me to say so, but I think she's a great romantic heroine. I think she is well-spoken. She's funny.
Right.
There's everything in that. There's an element of tragedy, an element of pathos, an element of hopefulness, an element of absurdity.
Right.
I think she's a rich, really fully realized character, almost a character out of fiction.
Does she feel you somehow didn't get something that she wanted to be in the film?
Well, you should ask her. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I should be the spokesperson.
I mean, she conveyed something that...
She has from time to time said that she is unhappy with the movie, that she didn't think that there would be other people in the movie interviewed, that she wished the movie was skewed more against the Mormon Church. I would argue that there's always going to be some disagreement over how a character imagines themselves as represented in a movie and how they are represented. It's inevitable. But I have tried to be, we don't have a Bible here or anything like that, but I'll swear that My goal is to actually capture her complexity. I mean, what you said, I hope is true, actually. It's a nice thing to wish for, that I've told a story about her that gives us some feeling for who she is. And not negatively, I think positively. I think she's a great, rich, compelling character.
Most people don't have that kind of fire in them, that kind of absolute determination.
She's an amazing, I like to think I'm obsessed. She goes that additional obsessive distance.
Right. Hey, when you said Van Nuys, by the way, you don't work at a particular location in Van Nuys on any regular basis, do you?
I mean, there's a studio that we use in Van Nuys.
You just rent it when you...
Yeah.
With...
I mean, I very soon after I'd finished Tabloid, I was having dinner with my old friend Werner Herzog, and he had just come back. God knows whether he was in Siberia or in
or doing the cave movie,
doing the cave movie, or Africa, or where he'd come in from, so I said, I just finished a movie, and I made it in one of the most isolated, remote, depraved places on the face of the earth. So I got his interest. He said, well, where was that? I said, Van Nuys.
Are you working on something new? They're kicking me out of here. I just want to find out what you're...
It's good to see you again.
Very good to see you.
I'm working on new stuff. Well, I have a book coming out. My first book comes out in September.
Okay.
From Penguin, Leaving is Seeing. And I have another book coming out after that from Penguin.
And you're working on new New York Times articles as we speak?
I'm working on New York Times articles constantly, and I have another set of documentaries coming, and I'm doing a feature with Ira Glass and Steve Zaillian.
Narrative?
Narrative.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the title?
Well, it's based on a book by Bob Nelson called We Froze the First Man. There's a tabloid title.
Okay. I'll look forward to it. Thank you very much for your time, Al.
Oh, no.